Hey Art Fam, it's Luis Martin, the art engineer. I have a little thing I have to do. Ah, there it is. It's on. The party is on. Welcome to the safe space. Welcome to the studio. I was just listening to some Pavarotti, but because I don't have license for it, I can't play it for you. But if you become a member, you'll have access to all my shenanigans outside of YouTube. So go to collagedream.com and become a patron for $5 or a digital kit member or a physical kit member if you're in the US. We got some stuff up our sleeves. I keep saying that, but things are, things take time, you guys. Things take time. So whatever. But I've been so busy making these things happen that I just forgot that today's Wednesday and I have to put this video out on Thursday. It's okay. But I was like, wait a minute, I'm missing something. Where are my friends? So here we are. Thanks for coming. I don't have coffee today because, as you can probably tell, I already had my coffee. So this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to do like a quick collage because we did that long 4-week collage. God, 4-week collage. And as you know, I have boxes of scraps. So I kind of just went and manifested this. So again, I'm not... I didn't pre-look at it, so we might get some naughty stuff. So let's see what we got. All right, how are you? I hope you have your coffee. I hope you have your drink. I'm ready for summer, you guys. It was so nice yesterday and the day before. It's nice today too. But you know how the weather is. It turns like that. Apparently, Dubai is like flooding. I don't know what's going on, you guys. But anyway, okay, we're here. We're good. So this pile is all random, and I'm so excited because the first piece of scrap is this. This is my favorite. So I stay in the safe space because I'm a traumatized little cat that doesn't want to go out, but really I'm a wolf. But slowly, we go out and we explore, and this is a manifestation of that. This is actually, billboards from the streets of New York that I yank off. So this is a nice testament to that, right? Okay, so I definitely want to use this today. I have some nebulae. I think we've been through this actually, haven't we? I think we have. All right, so that's not very exciting, is it? All these boards. Maybe we'll do something with this. Oh, and my drawings. I've showed you my drawings before. I guess I can show them to you again. So just like I collage, I draw, right? If you want to draw and you don't know what you want to draw, just literally, you can do this at a museum. Go to a museum, sit down, draw something, one thing. If it's a tree, draw a tree. Turn to your right, then draw something. If it's a security guard, draw the security guard. Turn again, and draw a mouse if that's what's in front of you. Then turn one more time, and then draw a door if that's what's in front of you. That's it. And then you have something like this, because this is what this was. It was just like Donald Duck, an American flag, And then you realize that you've made those choices, maybe not deliberately, but because you made those choices, they have meaning to you, right? So, I don't have to tell you what I feel about the American flag, about Disney, corporations, about my little cacti. Okay, so I did another one. Oh, this one's cool. Oh, I love her. I always see her. I need to give her away. She's so cool. Oops. Okay. That was porn. Okay. So this is Dolores del Rio. Yes, let's work with Dolores del Rio. I wish I could take a picture of this before, but it's okay. She was a Mexican actress who was able to be in Hollywood before they squashed her out. Okay, more yummy stuff. Okay, let me just look real quick. I don't want to have to triple edit this video. Okay, well, let's just start with her. So I don't want to mess her up, right? But she's so beautiful. So if I was the king of the forest, where is that from? Do you know where that's from? So yeah, this is fine. Okay. Look at her big, beautiful. Okay, I love you, Doris. Thank you. So in the last video, I spoke about this, how I talk to myself clearly, but I do build a relationship with things, with objects, inanimate objects, right? Like this is a picture of someone. Obviously, it's not her, but I feel more connected to the images if I can be empathetic to its symbolism, and if I connect to that, right? Because then I'm not just going to treat it like a piece of paper, then I can treat it as something special. And because she was Mexican, it's super special to me. Alrighty, look at that. How fun. Done. But I kind of... So I'm going to play with this. And I think when we say think out of the box, maybe what we're talking about too is, what if this is it? What if this is the shape of my collage? I just add a hook and that's it. That's how it's going to be in the world. Wouldn't that be cool? Yeah, I like that idea. So let me play with this. I love her lips, and I'm thinking I'm just going to take her lips and nothing else. So we'll see. I went on a bender last time because I was talking about books, and I've been going crazy about it. Have you read? I've just started reading Bell Hooks. Have you ever read her stuff? Whoa. It's a lot. It's amazing. It's beautiful. And now I'm really excited because I know everything that I'm reading is going to, that's creepy, but it's cool, is going to impact my art in some way or the other, right? So I don't watch much TV, you guys, very deliberately, because really there's very few things on TV that represent me in a good light. And believe it or not, just like I'm saying that I build a relationship with objects, what we put in, what we watch on TV, the games we play, they all have a huge impact on us, right? So if I'm watching TV and there's nothing that really represents me, or there's no positive reflection of who I am, if all of the movies I see are only people winning who look nothing like me, and the only people that look like me are the servers or the bellboys, then that's not for me, because then how am I going to ascend from that, right? And it's not that serious, but it's really serious, especially if you don't have any other reflection in the world. So I don't. So I used to watch YouTube, and that was cool, but then I'd go on my UFO witchcraft benders. So I decided not to. So the books are great, because in my head, even though it may not have any brown people in it, as I'm reading these books, everyone in there looks like me, right? Looks like my family, looks like my sister, looks like Dolores del Rio, because then I can process it a little bit easier. Look how cool this is. Talk about creepy, right? I don't know if I like it. I definitely like her eyes there. Ooh, that's even creepier, but I love it. There's something about just okay, I like it without the hands. I think you guys, okay, we did it. There's something special going on here. This is flowers. So think about it. If you're watching movies where, the protagonist is always a man, or if it's, there's no one at all that looks like you or shares your values or stories, how does that play out, right? I think it's very important, especially for people of color and queer people. So, tell me what you think. Oh, wow. So, you see how the collage we just did was very sweet. And I think once you feel the sweet well, then you can explore shadowy wells, right? Because this feels a little darker than the one I just made about Elvis, which is totally great because there is darkness and it needs to be addressed. So let's give it a little playground. This is actually a great way to do it, because then less consequences, right? Okay, digging this. Let's see what else I have in the pile. So this is a drawing I made of a Mesoamerican sculpture, which I like, but I don't know if it has a place to it yet. Shorthand. I love shorthand. The only reason I know about shorthand is because my aunt took like the last shorthand class. If you don't know what shorthand is, it is a system that they created for secretaries, specifically aimed at women, for secretaries to take notes very fast, to take dictation from their bosses. And she had a sweater that said "No sweat" in shorthand. But I just thought it was so cool that it was like a secret language, you know. Isn't that lovely? Look at these colors together. My God. They sing. Okay. So what else do I have here? I'm always scared. I'm like, what am I gonna traumatize these people with? Okay, look. So this is, look at this. This is just from a Bruce Weber book. I'm just gonna cut it out. I love that it's translucent. Oh yes, you guys. Okay. I was thinking, and I think I always talk about this, and listen, I think my demographic is mostly my age or older, but if you are young, you're watching this, if you're in your 20s, or even younger, hi, thank you for hanging out with an old man, but I love, and I love the feeling of caring less as every day goes by, so there's less inhibition, right? So, because nothing changed unless you change it. I had a conversation with an older gentleman, a queer older gentleman, and we were just kind of exchanging stories of what it's like to be, you know, queer in New York City, to be married, and it was interesting because part of him was so young still, and part of him was an older man that I really couldn't relate to, but at the same time, I knew that if I'm lucky, I'll end up like that. I'll end up that age. All to say that nothing matters. Enjoy. Do good. I don't know. I'm just rambling because I don't know. Because it always there's always some disaster, you guys, and I'm done with it. I don't know. Am I having like a nervous breakdown on my YouTube? Okay, look at this. And the only reason I'm saying that, honestly, is because I never mix media. And this is the big, right? Luis, Martin, it doesn't matter. Do whatever you want. Because I want to use pastel on this. And in my little head, that is like massive. And this is the thing. This is the catharsis, right? If you want to do something, you have to be careful because sometimes we have contrasting ideas that get in the way, right? So if you want to be rich, but you think money's bad, not gonna happen. Or if you want to be a famous artist, but you think, you know, famous people are full of themselves, not gonna happen. So figure that out. Let me know how you do it, because this is my catharsis right here. Because I would never do this. I would never. Oh my God. You know I don't like getting my hands dirty. So what is the best color? It would be the contrast, right? There's warm, and this is kind of warm, so I just want to do this. And I'm thinking maybe kind of like just something like, look at that. Isn't that yummy? Like, you guys, I would never, and I just did. Isn't that yummy? See, and it starts that way. It's as simple as one transgression on your limited ideas, and you're there. I think I want to add a little bit more. Okay. So this is one of my favorite things, you guys. I know you have it too. I love having cups, or not cups, but I like having things ready to go. Like if I have 15 minutes and I want to like, and if I'm inspired, I just want to grab a box and just go at it, right? So this is one of my favorite things. When I was a kid, I took a animation class, and it was the coolest thing. I never animated anything because I just loved being there, because it was like a big square table with kids around, and we were just drawing, and the instructor really didn't care, which was great because it was just a safe space, which is, I guess, kind of what I'm doing. And he played music, and we would just like draw and hang out, and it was just a safe place to be, and I just love that. It was at Barnsdall in LA, if you've ever been. Oh, it was beautiful. Look at that. Oh, I'm in love with that. That's all I needed. That's all I wanted. Oh, this is rich. Okay. How awesome is that? I'm really loving this. So see, I had no plan today because as I was brutally honest, I completely forgot I had to do this because I'm doing so many other things for the business. But if you show up and you're like, oh, and you don't take it like, no. If you show up, y lo haces con ganas, le echas ganas. If you remember my t-shirt last week, le echas ganas, it just works, you guys. It just works. So I'm really in love with this. Now that I have her lips there, I can use this. I didn't want to use this because it was translucent. I didn't want it to see through. So cool. Okay, let me see what else I have so we can add to this. This is from the weekly prompts. Oh my god, have you seen the weekly prompts? Listen, I do the weekly prompts just like I do this. I do it on Saturday morning. I wake up and I just make it happen. And what the artists are doing, and I said this in my video. I send a video every morning, every Monday morning. If you're not on the mailing list, go to collagedream.com. There'll be a little pop-up screen that invites you to join the mailing list. It's free. And okay, something bothered me here. Oh, it's not aligned. Okay, there it is. And you get emails, you get just two. You get one Monday and one Friday. Monday is this video. You get a link to the latest video, a message from me saying, hey, happy Monday. And then on Fridays, you get a postcard from my studio. And that's my favorite because that's kind of where I share what I'm working on. As an artist, I share music. I send a song, a video every week. It's become one of my favorite things to do. And it's more about my studio as an artist opposed to community leader. At any rate, I said what makes really good art, see how I can do that. I can have 7 conversations and come back at once. What makes really good art is not necessarily the quality of the material, even the skill, right? Because some people can draw really beautiful things, but you're like, take a picture. You know, it takes less time. But what makes really good art is when you give it your spin, right? When you add your conversation to it. What makes language interesting is that I say process in the United States, but someone in Canada says process. That's interesting, right? Because it's telling me, it's giving me a phonetic portrait of them. So these things are really beautiful. So when you're making art, that's it. These prompts are like, okay, the prompt is water. And then the way people do their spins, they break cliches. That's it. Break the cliche, right? Just like I just broke my cliche of like, okay, collage is collage. I'm not going to draw on it. I'm not going to get my hands dirty. Okay, let me see what else I have here. So this is actually from the water weekly prompt I did. Ooh, I love this. Look how beautiful. Yes, I'm ready for summer. Oh, you know what? I just remembered I have these little bejeweled... That was not porn. Some bejeweled stuff that I can possibly play with. Okay, that's going to require me to get up. You can see my shorts. Like I said, I'm ready for summer. My short, I'm attend, which means wait. Okay, hold on. I think, yes. Check this out. I don't like to get fussy. I don't like to get too crafty just because I need everything to be flat so I can put it away. If I get too crafty, then it takes too much space in my wall or in my life. But this might be cool, right? Okay, I'll think about it. But this actually triggered something. But I can take my time. I also have a lot of stickers. of letters that I like to arbitrarily use. Oh. Something's happening here. Did you see that? Oh, that's so pretty, guys. I like that. Oh, and it says Hollywood. Okay, so there is this song that I'm obsessed with right now. It's by this singer. His name is Loren Kramar. And I might have to put a picture. I can't play the song, obviously, because of copyright. And it's just so beautiful. I sent it to a friend. He's like, it's okay. It's so his voice is weird. But I love it because he's a torch singer, which means he's like singing from a very guttural place, which, you know, that's where I create my art from as well. And it's really queer. He sounds super, super queer, and in the best way possible. So empowering and so passionate. Ugh. Okay. So just hang out with me. I'm trying to figure this out. Okay. What are you listening to? See, I go crazy. I hear a song that I love, and then I become that song. So I've heard it maybe a gazillion times, and I just, you know, heard it for the first time a week and a half ago. Anyway, it reminded me because it says Hollywood, and the song is called Hollywood Boulevard, and it's about him, I guess, in Hollywood. Oh, look at that. I'm making a box, as it would seem. Okay, I'm just gonna go with it. Yes. This is really interesting. So, and then when you're doing this, just like I told you about that exercise of, you know, if you don't know what to draw, just spin around. Always take that time, right? I always talk about this. Take that time to look at what you did and ask yourself why, right? As I'm doing this, I often ask, you know, what is my style? What am I saying? What is the thread in all of this? And I think, you know, a lot of it is like broken beauty, Latino-ness, but really also optimism, right? I am an optimist. I hope you know that. I hope you feel that, despite my biting sarcasm, because it'll be okay. So with this, I don't know. How are we doing on time? Oh, okay. Oh, that's so cool. So I'm just realizing that I have a thing for eyes and rays, and I think it has to do with the idea of focusing, right? Because that's the magic, right? Like when you focus is when you manifest, is when you create. I like that, but I feel like it needs contrast. Maybe I can do it with this. But you know what I can do too? As I'm looking at it, I feel like I want something a little bit more graphic, like a thunderbolt. In my head, I'm singing that song. How do you like LA? I hope you love it. Yes, see how cool that is. Okay. And why stop there, right? I have more. So I'm just going to play. I don't know if I'm going to use those jewels, you guys. What would you do with that? Let me know. I got it at Michael's for like $1. You know how they have like that as you're checking out. I feel like I would only use that like if I had a diorama where it has space to really be safe and it won't like fall off. I don't know. You know how you know my psyche by now. If it's not gonna thrive, I'm not gonna put it there. Gee, I think that is my psyche, isn't it? Okay, God, yes, look at this. Yes, thank you. I love this. Super bizarre, super. I like to cut these because Actually, no, I only cut them because they're going to show. I have this conversation a lot with people about lack mentality. It's good to ration, you know, it's really good to ration, but don't let that be the reason you move around. Like, don't let that be the way in which you move around the world, right? From like, oh no, we can't do that, or let me not use all this paint because it's too expensive, or because that affects you. And the truth of the matter is that there is enough to go around, believe me. And once you open yourself to that, then you live it. And I know it's hard when you're not used to these things, but let me tell you, it's a world of plenty, and those limiting beliefs, you know, when you let go of them, it just opens up. I love this, you guys. Now I really want like a word, not a word, but like letters, and I do have letters. Did you check out my poem? I did a video, a collage poem, and this is it. I wonder. No. See, I would love to just peel this and put it here. That would be cool. Or, I mean, I could literally just write it. Duh. Okay. See, I mean, sometimes we put these like little roadblocks in front of us, and for no reason, I could literally just take a fucking marker and draw it. But I'm like, no, I want this one. Get out of here. Okay, so, but do test. Let me see how this is gonna work. Okay, so I know this will be fine. Oop, no. See, do you see this mark? I love marks like that. I mean, this will not work to leave a note, but I just love the idea that someday, right now, I'm gonna do a drawing, and I'm gonna need it. Isn't that fun? But I will have to throw it away eventually. Okay, let me see. So, the thing is, you have to be careful when you mix oil with other material, because oil will mess you up. It'll mess your... It'll mess your markers, right? So if, you know, maybe that's what happened to this one. Yeah, see what happened? I mean, again, it'll create really interesting marks, but it's not gonna help you in any other way. And I know I have this guy, but this is gonna mess it up. Oh, maybe not. Okay, so I'm just gonna use a Posca pen and hope that it works. All right, can you hear it? I have all these exciting colors. Oh man, I don't know if this is gonna work, you guys. Ooh, maybe. Okay, what I wanted to write, which is the name of the collage poem that I made, is Stand Behind Me. Okay, well, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I can hear you saying, don't do it. Oh, okay, this is better. A China marker, duh. China markers are my favorite thing in the world because they're greasy, right? They're oil, so they kind of go over everything. Yes. If you remember, you received one recently. Don't ask me when, but I know I sent you one. I just need to cut it a little bit. There's usually a little cord, but I probably got over enthusiastic about it, carried it away, and got rid of it by mistake. Okay. Look at that. I was just telling Elvis when we were walking to get coffee, I had a dream. I dreamt of these two old friends. And in the dream, I was like, oh, I didn't want to see these people. And then I asked myself, because I had this dream and then we're walking and I saw someone who looked like the person that I dreamt about. And then I said, but why did I have that reaction? They were nice people, but they were people that represented or that loved the idea of the suffering artist. They were always complaining. They were always suffering about their work and blah, 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 blah. And now I'm like, I don't like to say the word hate, but, I don't like that energy. I don't want that energy. And I think it reminded me of like, oh, well, then don't be that energy. So I'm going to say, that looks stupid. Stand behind me. Okay. it's supposed to say stand behind me. You see how you can't see it, but it does create kind of like it creates mark making. All right, let me see if I have another sentence from this. I'll take you with me. I love it. Okay, I think we're done. It's cryptic enough where it is a thing on its own, but then if you look at it and take the time to decipher my handwriting, my chicken scratches, you'll find something, right? So it says stand behind me, I'll take you with me. I love it. And this is so messy and it lives like that. Isn't that great? I'm in love. All right, so this is my collage, you guys. Why does it work? Because sometimes you don't have to make a pretty collage to make a meaningful collage, right? So this is pretty enough, but more than anything, it's meaningful because it's coming from my poetry. It's coming from an image or images that I sourced because she was Mexican, images or ephemera that I literally sourced from my environment. And the composition is, I love the composition. Anytime you make a composition of radiance, something radiating out, shooting out, it's going to be great. All right, so this is it. This is my collage for today. You guys, thank you for always being here. Please remember to subscribe, which I always forget to say. I'm 400 people away from having 1,000 followers, which means that I can then start the process of monetizing. So please tell your friends, brothers and sisters, grandmothers and uncles to follow, and then join the membership. All right, I am Luis Martin, the art engineer. Thank you for hanging out with me, and yeah, meet me in the safe space.